Last time on Dice Funk.
An atypical voice, calm in its tone, but not immediately identifiable as man or woman, speaks with a foreign accent that pulls at Rinaldo's memory.
Rinaldo decides to use his real name instead of Filet Mignon, so he says, "Hello, I am Rinaldo Esquero."
You may call me AC.
Did you blow up the quarry?
We tried to blow up the quarry.
Rinaldo lays on his accent even thicker than usual, which, as we've discussed, sounds like the Dos Equis guy. Have we met before?
Not to my knowledge. We need someone to investigate a job that went awry at the quarry. The fate of these explosives need to be determined. We have an informant at the quarry, Dickens.
Yeah, so that's what we're asking for in return for investigating this quarry explosive business, is information about Ulick and him to send a letter. Anything else?
How hard is it for you to make us disappear?
It would probably take us a couple of days, and you'd have to absolutely nail the job.
Right as soon as they leave the room, Rinaldo sprints back to AC and and says, "Are you from Akamoros?"
Possibly. That's fantastic, but I can't let you in without an official writ.
Let's just go back to Frederick, get a paper that says we're on a special secret mission from the Lord.
Fidrick comes back, takes a leather-wrapped satchel, slaps it in your hand, and says, "There's your official writ of business."
And I am going to keep it on my person, and I'm going to walk in the direction of the quarry.
Austin spilled iced tea all over himself.
No, Austin spilled real tea all over himself.
That's even worse. You spilled tea on you, and we missed the audio of it. So I feel like we should do a reenactment, but...
My favorite part was when he said, "Hang on, I'm gonna go get a towel."
That is, in fact, what happened. They got me.
I just want somebody to do another one and just do the other Dice Funk.
That nobody's listening is going to get that, but what that is a reference to is that when we first started up Dice Funk, it was Austin who created the game, so he was given all the Dungeon Master privileges in the application that we're using, which is called Roll20. And when we started Dice Funk, we didn't really know how in depth we were going to be using the Roll20 application. It's a really neat system, actually, because there's a whole grid, and you can map out rooms and draw things. So if you want to play, because we're broadcasting, we didn't necessarily want to make it as visual a game of D&D as it normally would be. So we've done things like dispense with the grid and move speeds and distances and things like that, just for ease of listening. Because the less we have in the game that's visual, the easier it is for listeners to keep up. So we didn't know how much we were going to be using the app, and he was Dungeon Master, except I'm the Dungeon Master, and we couldn't figure out how to give me Dungeon Master privileges over that game, so we had to make a second game. So when we go into the Roll20 app, when we log in, this is a really fascinating story. There's the original one that Austin made, which is called Dice Funk, and then I had to make one called The Other Dice Funk. So
it's all Austin's fault.
Yeah.
So maybe for season 2 we'll have the other Dice Funk.
I like the admission that this show is basically a shared mass auditory hallucination.
Yeah.
Since there's so little visual element, we're all just literally sitting for an hour and just playing make-believe, and people listening are all playing with us. Yeah. It's kind of creepy when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's the power of imagination.
All right, we want to jump in. I know we have a hard stop.
So we left our party, having just left the Lord Erlin's manor with an official writ of business, as provided by head of the household guard Fidrick, so that they could be admitted to the quarry under the guise of being healers. So, I believe we very specifically left them at just sort of on their way. And I am looking at the wrong notes right now, so I just need to scroll down a little bit here. Here we go.
Do you like that peek behind the curtain, everybody?
Pay no attention to the man looking squintily at the Word document file. All right. The guard at the quarry look damn amused that you're marching back to them. While chuckling just a certain amount to make it clear that they think you're ridiculous, the one who took to demanding a writ the last time takes several steps up to you with an awful smug look concealing his teeth. He holds his hand out.
I give him the writ, and I flash him like a shit-eating grin.
Well, it's kind of hard for you to give the writ because you don't friggin' have it.
This is that rare moment where Rinaldo's not taking the lead here. So yeah, go right ahead and do it.
No. I really want him to just try to hand it to him, and Jayne just go start laughing because it's funny.
I still smile in like a dickish way.
I like the visual image of Rinaldo like strolling confidently up to the guard, reaching into his pack, and then like getting increasingly worried as he can't find it. And the guard like staring him down as he slowly loses his cool and starts panicking, and just standing there with a shit-eating grin.
Must have left it in my other pants.
I hand the guard the writ.
Without saying anything, he waves his free hand, and the 19 other guards part very cordially. "Oh, please, sir, miss, come right in. My, what an entourage," and similar remarks run through the air as you approach the increasingly terrible staircase. There is a hole in the city. Buildings all around it thrive off it, grow tall and crooked to your sight, but an immeasurable pit yawns in front of you. High at the tips, you wonder for a moment if the depth is a result of the comparison, but as much as you struggle with the scope, your brain just can't seem to deal with the size of it. A toady man and an entourage that holds close to him suddenly bar your way. "I'm Getcher, the foreman, and you will tell me why you should be here," the twitchy imp demands.
Well, all right, Jayne has the writ, so Rinaldo's just hanging back.
Wait, he's an imp? Is that like a species or just
No,
a descriptor?
he's just a descriptor of
Okay.
his characteristics.
Okay, Rinaldo is just our in excuse, right? Rinaldo is just our bodyguard, and I think we've all agreed that Anne shouldn't be talking to people, so Jayne needs to step up right now.
Well, she has the business.
Yeah, she just needs to she needs to be the point person.
Oh god, I hate doing this. Alright, so
You wanted the writ.
That's true, you're right. I look at him and I say, "We're here to finish looking for any survivors, and this is my bodyguard to protect us from danger in the quarry."
Hi, I'm Anne.
Rinaldo tips his hat a little.
A search party it is, then? And what can you do for us that the search parties that we're already employing can't?
Friedrich said we're viners.
And stop.
Mm.
We're going to use our divining magic to find people who have not been found yet.
Ah, divination. I presume that you have permission from the Lord? Documents?
Did he take the writ from me?
No, he would have given it back.
Okay, I give him the writ then.
Okay. He pulls open the leather satchel, has a look at the paperwork inside, and kind of mouths to himself while he's reading it. Healer, diviners. Well, everything seems to be in order here. Dickens, a young man, steps to the side from his entourage, steps to the side of Getcher and responds, "Yes, sir." He says, "Attend to these people, will you? I have too much to do." So he waves his hand in a dismissive manner, and then kind of in a whoosh, him and the rest of the entourage are gone, leaving you with the young man Dickens.
That's the insider, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look, something went our way for once.
Fuck yeah! All right. So
Just so we're clear, I had a plan that it may not have.
Yeah, I could see that. That sounds very Johnny. At this point, Johnny, do you want me to jump in here?
Well, I mean, I suppose I could do it. I mean, your character is going to respond to it, right?
Exactly. I didn't want to take the third person stuff out of your hands.
Oh my god.
This is so basically. Please go right ahead.
For the rest of us, this is just a bunch of nonsense. So please do the thing.
Please do the thing.
So while you guys are all talking I guess you guys are going to have some kind of conversation with Dickinson, right? About what's going on?
Jayne's point man now.
All right, so you guys are standing there talking. Anne's just going to walk away. Anne goes back the way she came and just takes off.
Okay. Rinaldo's going to go after her, and while Rinaldo does this, he says, "Your point man," and then he leaves.
I'm gonna look at Dickens and I'm gonna be like, I'm surrounded by idiots.
So the first time something's gone our way, and Austin immediately fucking dynamites it. You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dickens looks a little confused.
All right, Jayne, I guess the question is, are we going to have two scenes here with Rinaldo chasing me and you with Dickens, or are you going to bring Dickens and we're all going to stay together?
Shit.
Oh, this is fun. Meanwhile, Rinaldo, let's roll athletics against each other to see if you catch me.
I'm so much faster than you. It is.
Yeah, roll it.
It's
I'm
not...
-2. I'm -2.
See, I could just end this immediately and just
I
wolf
know.
out and just fucking just chase you down and put you in my teeth.
Yeah.
And then the stone root guards will know that you can wolf.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of like, well, shit, but I gotta go catch her because I think Rinaldo's gonna fuck it up. So,
Austin, are you rolling? Am I rolling athletics or am I not rolling athletics?
Oh my god, I fucking beefed it.
Where is it? Wait, where is it? Oh, here. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Oh no,
dude, you suck at this.
I rolled a 3, and stubby little legs don't even get her back to the entrance.
Okay. Well, it's because of my modifiers, it's impossible for me to get any lower than that, but I'm going to anyway.
Oh my god, you got a nat 20, motherfucker!
I critted it! Natural 20 plus my 5, 25. I'm like, Quicksilver at this point.
That was the best roll of the campaign.
Yeah, this is the best roll I've ever done, and it was for nothing. It's for, like, nothing. I'm never gonna... Unbelievable! So anyway, I catch Anne, and I say, "What up?"
You turn into the Flash.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Anne says, "I had to go to the gates. Something's happening."
Where and why? Explain yourself.
It's Avandra stuff. You wouldn't understand.
Where are we meeting up then?
I'll be right back.
No, you won't. The gate is really far away. It took like an hour to walk across town. We need a meetup place. You're gonna. Are we meeting back here?
Yes.
Rinaldo just sort of lets her go, and he's just kind of cashed out at this point, and he goes back into the hole to find Jayne and Dickens.
All right, so Anne runs off, and then she'll rejoin, I don't know, after you guys have this Dickens conversation. Look on the bright side, she won't be there to ruin it.
That's true.
I wasted it. I wasted a crit. All right, Rinaldo comes back and says, "What up, Dickens? Write another iconic but overrated story lately?"
Damn, going hard on Dickens.
He looks confused. Even more than he was when the halfling walked away and you ran for, like...
Okay, so, hi, I'm Jayne, and my little diviner has run off. I look at Dickens and I'm like, I apologize. I don't know what the hell is going on. Look, here we are. I'm trying, obviously you know that I'm here to find survivors, but without my other diviner, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So what can you tell me about the cave-in? Quarry thing, whatever. Well,
business was going along as usual. It was the night shift in the quarry. He looks around to make sure that nobody's nearby, and as our inspection team had made it into the quarry with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
Is he winking and having his eyes dart around and nose twitching when he says this?
He's not really winking. He's trying to stay sort of as small as possible.
Okay.
You get the impression that he knows he's not in the most hospitable place to be discussing clandestine operations.
Yeah.
Well, good thing we are one. Anyway.
So he says the inspection team made it into the quarry without any sorts of problems. The night shift was going on, so things are usually relatively quiet. That's when we do a lot of appraisal and mapping out new digs and tunnels and whatnot. But they had maybe been in the tunnels down below for only about 30 minutes. 2 nights ago. This was 2 nights ago. And all of a sudden, the earth just started to shake.
Like a quake?
Yeah.
So, and Rinaldo sort of interjects himself in here and says, so your bomb didn't go off?
Nobody heard anything.
What is the status of the bomb?
I haven't been able to find it.
So it's still down there?
Possibly.
Well, that's evidence, Dickens.
I'm not going to be caught with it.
Yeah, well, you are part of it.
I'm a quarryman by trade. I'm not a crusader. I'm not a fighter.
You're a traitor. You're part of this. So.
Rinaldo, shut up!
Damn!
All right. Rinaldo gets back.
I can't pull myself away from Getcher's side for long enough to use the facilities without him getting a little suspicious. So he's looking over his shoulder constantly. Why do you think you're here?
Is someone gunning for him? I mean, well, coming for him, I guess?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've never seen a man who keeps his cards closer to his chest than Getcher does.
Maybe we should kill him. I don't know.
What would that solve?
You're not here.
And shut up. You're not here.
That was Austin.
No, you can't be
Austin,
part of this
shut up.
conversation.
You're across town. Anyway.
That was Austin to Leon,
No.
not Anne to Rinaldo.
So I look at Dickens and I go, okay, so can you lead us to where this supposed thing happened?
I can take you to the location in the quarry where the explosives were going to be laid around. At that point in time, I'm going to have to leave you to your divining business and go about my own work. But I can give you a rough idea once we get to the specific area where you should be looking.
All right. I turn to Rinaldo. So where's Anne?
Oh, shut up, Austin. You left us. Rinaldo says, I grabbed her, but then she said she had a Vandra business.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
What is
right?
it with?
I know.
What is it? Never mind. I just nope.
I don't know. Clerics.
I hate clerics. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah. All right.
I think my trip back is going to be much faster than my trip there. So,
Austin, we can go ahead and say that you're back.
all right.
You arrive back, because expending you from the party for, I think, a lengthier amount of time is going to make it difficult for you to show up again, and I'm lax about the travel times here.
Yeah.
Time and space bends temporarily. You find a shortcut.
Okay.
All right. So I imagine you guys are having just finished your Dickens conversation. You're like, "Where's Anne?" And then all of a sudden you hear the guards freaking out.
I'm gonna turn around and look.
All right.
What the fuck do I see?
Johnny, do you want to take this, or do I?
Well, I don't know what you're doing.
Good.
So you go ahead and describe what it is that you've decided.
This is the best. I love Dungeons and Dragons so much.
Okay.
So charging down the street, it just, and people are like, I imagine freaking out because this is a very weird thing that I'm doing. A halfling is riding down busy stone root streets toward a fully armed gate, back of a very large animal in comparison to Anne. Maybe not compared to you guys, but it's a very large white furry mammal. And I guess that's probably as much as you can see from behind 20 guards.
It's moving reasonably quickly as well.
Very fast, actually.
Are there other things behind her, or can we not see it?
The only thing that you see behind this little halfling on top of a white furry kind of like sketchy steed is confused faces and like a little bit of rabble.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see if I can see anything else. Fuck yeah, artificial 20.
All right. Being a druid, Jayne, you're pretty well equipped like, what animals are in the local habitat area. When you see an animal, you're not like, is that an ape or a bear? So you identify it pretty much right away as as a dire ferret.
I'm gonna turn to Rinaldo and I'm gonna say, she's riding a freaking dire ferret. What the hell?
Rinaldo doesn't know what that is, so he's just gonna nod like, yeah, I know, right?
Guys, can we all just admit D&D is the best?
Okay. Rinaldo says, and why? Why all of this?
Look, I brought a friend.
From where? And just, can you get over here?
Well, are the guards gonna let Anne pass riding a ferret?
The guards recognize you from having been away, so they don't jump to bar your entry as you approach. They kind of, there's more a shocked expression where they just sort of stand there and stare and kind of like, so there's that. And like nobody is quite sure what to do with the situation. But you just sort of like slip right past them.
Anne pulls some really sweet poses as the ferret walks in.
All right.
She's stunting on it. It's real good. Look what I brought, guys.
Where did you get that, Anne?
Avandra.
Avandra sent you, and since Rinaldo doesn't entirely know what's going on, a thing.
Mm-hmm. It's my ranger companion.
Oh, okay. So the Avandra Shrine didn't send like soldiers, weapons, or anything. Just a bunch of fur.
Not that I know of. This is not related to that message I sent. This is just a thing I guess I earned from doing all my good ranger business.
Oh, you have. Okay, can we just go back in the hole? Rinaldo is so done with this.
Wait, Rinaldo, come on, you have to come meet him. His name's Marshmallow.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
Rinaldo doesn't want to pet it because he's afraid that it might bite him. So, he doesn't want to have to kill Anne's pet. So he just sort of like nods like sincerely at Marshmallow and then starts going into the hole again. Marshmallow
tries licking Rinaldo.
All right, roll.
What are we rolling for?
I guess licking would be grapple.
Are we doing a grapple test? Because I already had my big roll, so I'm probably going to roll low again.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to roll to just lick the hell out of you.
Okay.
All right.
18.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, but that's a natural 20.
Yeah, I crit. Get licked.
Hold on. Let's see. This is a strength roll, so I'm +3.
I was of the impression that a natural 20 is success on.
Yeah, unless he had also crit,
well, no,
I
mean, of course I roll low. It's an 8.
You got an 8.
Yeah, so I get licked.
Real bad.
All right, Leon.
Yeah.
You got marshmallow saliva all over your face now. Your mustache is all fucked up.
Rinaldo's not happy about this at all. He's like visibly mad. So he just kind of wipes it off. And takes out his comb and redoes himself and goes back into the hole. And he mutters something in Gnomish that is obviously a curse.
So obviously dire ferrets are not in the player's handbook, but we used the legal stats from a panther,
okay,
which are legal ranger companions. So if you're trying to picture how big this ferret is, it's the size of a panther.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, which wouldn't be big enough for a human to ride, but is
certainly big enough for a halfling to ride.
Yep, perfectly legal for a halfling to ride.
Yeah.
Everything I've been doing for 15 hours has been building to me riding a ferret.
Are you flippin' serious?
This is what this entire thing's been about.
Guys, I quit.
All right. Seriously, we have to do things and not just hang around a ferret for this episode. I would really like to get something done. So Rinaldo goes back into the hole.
Okay, I'm gonna follow. I am gonna use magic. I'm gonna cast detect magic as a ritual, so it doesn't take a slot. So while we're walking, Anne's doing that.
Okay.
All right.
So she'll be able to detect any magic we come across within 30 feet, and she'll know which school of magic it's from.
Okay, sure. Damn it. Hang on. Sorry. Now I need to, like, look up my fucking magic shit now that you're doing that. So
While Johnny is looking up his magic shit, you guys want to play a fun game? It's called Is It Smarter Than Anne, starring Marshmallow the Dire Ferret.
Sure.
What do you think? Is the ferret she's riding smarter than Anne?
I wouldn't believe it is.
I hope so.
I want to believe,
X-Files.
Yeah.
Johnny knows because he's seen the stats, so I don't know if he counts. So both of you say yes?
Yeah.
Actually, they're exactly the same intelligence.
Okay.
They both have 3s.
So this is a symbiotic relationship more than a master-slave thing. Okay.
They're partners.
All right. Fine. Whatever.
Did you find the magic, Johnny?
Sorry, just like you just cast that, and I'm like, oh fuck.
I mean, it's detect magic. It's a pretty basic spell.
I know that. I know, but if you in case you want to know what's going on exactly, I need to be able to
Oh, to see what school anything I find is.
Exactly. So.
Cool. So that means I can describe Marshmallow more.
Oh my god.
Have you guys ever seen an albino ferret?
Yes.
No.
They're pretty good. They have really cool red eyes and they have really long, scary claws. I'm just trying to paint a word picture for how you should all picture Marshmallow, the most important character in this entire campaign.
All right.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but sure.
So that's why I took Ranger. This has been building since the second or third episode of when I dual class.
So basically, the minute you dual classed, you were like, I'm gonna ride a fucking ferret. And then that's it?
100%. Yes, that's exactly what I've been doing.
Oh my god, remind me never to multi-class, because that's not gonna be my reasoning.
I have long-term plans as well, but they're all useful.
No. This is the worst. Ranger is the worst class, and Beastmasters are the worst kind of Ranger. This could not be less optimal.
Okay.
For comparison, Druids can turn into animals starting at level 2, and they're good and they get better. Rangers don't get their animal until level 3. They're worse and they never get better.
Okay.
So, if you can even do the math on that, how bad Rangers are, it's astounding.
Okay.
So this is 100% just for the mental image of a tiny cleric riding a large cat snake.
I hope it dies. So
fuck Leon.
So
wow, I wouldn't go that far, but jeez Louise.
That'd be great. That would be great. Oh, we need a big dramatic character death at some point.
If it's Rinaldo, Marshmallow's gonna eat your corpse.
But not if I get to it first.
It's fine if it's Rinaldo, but I think it would be more tragic and therefore better radio if it's Marshmallow. But anyway, while this is happening, Rinaldo's just kind of wandering around the hole and looking under rocks and stuff because he doesn't know what else to do.
I'm ready to go here. So Dickens begins leading you down the slope of the quarry, and what you find yourself being led through appears to be some kind of mixture between a mine and a quarry. Most of the stone appears to have been hauled out of the large spiral sloped hole that you've been confronted with when you first arrived. But tunnels shoot off into the earth, with workers scurrying back and forth with tools, or hauling stone or carts along tracks with as much effort as their malnourished bodies allowed. Questions about the construction of the quarry are met with relatively simple answers about how the preciousness of Stone Root's rock is irregular, and over time, to get the good product, a series of tunnels underwent construction. The party is warned to stay close, as it's very easy to get lost underground here, and sometimes people just don't come home. Seemingly descending ever deeper, the workers thin out until you're sure you haven't seen one for several minutes. Dickens stops at a particularly ominous-looking entrance of sorts and gestures with his hand. You should find what you're looking for down there. I won't go any deeper, though. I've seen the men and women they pulled out of there. I'll meet you outside after you're done.
Hey, wait, before you go. What did they look like, the people coming out of there?
Broken limbs, crushed heads, snapped bones, people generally mangled.
But nothing out of the ordinary, just regular injuries.
Well, nothing out of the ordinary for quarry injuries.
Okay, thank you.
I'll see you when you're finished. And Dickens leaves rather hastily.
He was a lot of help.
Yeah. The good thing about all these traders we're helping is if they turn on us, we can just rat on them. So I feel like this is really good information to have. But anyway, if you guys want to use your magic to find. We're basically looking for the explosives. We need to find the explosives because that's why we're actually here.
Yeah. I am using detect magic, so if we run across them, but if you want to be a little bit more active, I can do, I assume, a survival check to search for signs of traps.
I'm going to try to do investigation. I don't get any modifiers for it. It's not something Rinaldo can do, but it's literally the only thing he can do, like right now, in search of it. So I'm just going to roll for investigation.
Yeah, I'm going to roll for,
Yeah.
Oh, not bad. I'm going to roll for survival. So 14.
So,
Hold on, Anne's going 17.
all right. So I should have mentioned, pardon me, that before Dickens left, he kind of gives you like a vague direction to move through in the tunnel. So,
All right.
The tunnels continue to twist and turn and slope in both decline and incline, but with each step you feel as though you're inching closer and closer to the center of the world. Torches flicker and burn on the walls, but without any amount of confidence, and you all thank your lucky stars that you've got a friend with you that can conjure light on a whim. It isn't long before you feel like you're completely lost, unsure which offshoots you've taken or where you're supposed to be. And you begin to feel a very, very powerful abjuration spell.
Oh, that's not good. Do you want to give a rundown of what abjuration is real quick?
Neither I nor Rinaldo knows what that means.
Yeah, like, I can't really explain to the characters.
Yeah. And explain...
Well, I mean, I'm saying, like, okay, Anne knows... let me explain for the audience, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, according to the handbook, the School of Abjuration emphasizes magic that blocks, banishes, or protects. So we're looking at, like, some kind of shield.
So something's keeping it in, or something's trying to keep something out.
There's a force field down here. Okay, got it.
If this is from my detect magic, why I'm sensing this, then it's only 30 feet away, so we should be able to locate it pretty quick. Do we know, like, a direction?
You can feel which direction it's...
Yeah, and there's, like, things that I detect with detect magic glow, so we should be able to see them we should be able to, like, get there pretty easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess we're gonna go over there.
All right.
I guess Anne's gonna, like, low-key be like, follow me.
So, you move through a few more tunnels, when suddenly that glow that you're talking about, Austin, begins to kind of inhabit all the walls around you. And as you look at the glow, you notice that the tunnel is dotted with small, shallow protuberances that look uncannily like human hands.
What?
A few twists and turns and corners later, and you come across an unmistakable sight. The smoke and charring along the tunnel walls would be enough to inform you that you found the right place, but the oversized stone fist extruding from the walls makes it a little more than obvious. A breeze from the deep crevices whistles faintly, and you aren't around for too long in the presence of the fist before each of you start to have trouble breathing. Your efforts to do so feel like you've been partially paralyzed, as though something has decided for you that it's going to be really difficult to breathe. Fighting against it, though, you realize that you probably have a few good minutes to investigate the area before you begin to experience any real physical distress.
Can we back the bus up a second here? So there are hands, human hands sticking out of the walls, and then there's like a golem hand coming through a giant hole. Everything's burned and we're suffocating. Was that a good nutshelling of what's going on?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. The hands in the wall are quite shallow, like only a couple of millimeters. They actually kind of extend out from the walls, but the fist looks like it could comfortably palm an entire basketball and hide it from sight.
Rinaldo doesn't exactly know what's going on because magic and stuff. So he says, "Anne, what is this?"
Oh, this is bad. This is real bad.
Thanks.
What's glowing in terms of detect magic?
The thing that's really given off is the giant fist. But generally, almost everything around you is giving off a little bit of abjuration vibe.
Is the fist open or closed?
It is closed.
Does Rinaldo recognize this fist as the same thing that came out of the ground before when we were on our way out of town?
No, this thing is much bigger.
Okay.
But looks similar.
Okay.
Oh man, this is super bad. You think the bomb is inside the fist?
Maybe.
Okay.
Rinaldo's the strongest, so
Are the checks we made already counting for as far as looking for the bomb, or do we need to make new checks?
No. If we can count those. All right. So
that was my investigation.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have Marshmallow sniff for it because he gets advantage.
Oh.
Because it's a smell check, smelling for chemicals.
All right. Smell for chemicals.
15 and 17, so I'll take 17, obviously. So we have a 17, a 17, a 16, and a 14 looking for bombs. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
If the bomb is in the big golem hand, is it going to be up to Rinaldo to try to open this up?
Well, I think we should, all three of us. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
All right.
And if that's not strong enough, I could always change into a dire wolf and pry it open.
What kind of magic do you know? I feel like, do you know thunder or shatter or something?
I do know thunder wave, but I don't know thunder.
Thunder wave would be, I think, the best because thunder magic is especially powerful on constructs. It basically just levels golems, so you probably could just blow it up.
We're in an enclosed area. Should we be exploding things?
It's a 10 feet radius for the initial blast. I think obviously we get out of that and then we get as far away as we can.
Okay.
And she sets it off and we all run.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know. Tell us how those 17s are treating you, Johnny.
So, Marshmallow starts sniffing around the walls around the fist. The fist doesn't really interest it so much, but you can see from the areas that Marshmallow's investigating, there are certainly scorch and char marks, as well as even shards of what look like melted glass, kind of scattering around the scene. Some of it even stuck into some of the rocks.
Oh.
Investigation of the fist reveals that it does actually appear to have something inside it. You can't really see much, but there are strips of leather, cloth, possibly a satchel, maybe clothing. You're not quite sure.
I like that I have forced Johnny to repeatedly say marshmallow. That's making me happy.
You're also aware that there's no blood anywhere at the scene, but that rusty-colored mud you saw at the church is on the ground here. And it, now that you've noticed it, you can actually see that there's a trail of it.
Is it going deeper?
It goes away from where you came in, so you have not been following it, no.
Rinaldo says, "Guys, there's something in the giant fist. Let's open the fist." And then he starts to get a wild look in his eyes, he can finally flex his muscles a little.
The glass shards, do we think that's from the vial? Maybe the fist crushed it? Or because you said there's burn marks, so I think maybe it went off, but the fist blocked it or something? But is any of that making sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
We should gather up the glass fragments or whatever to bring back and be you know what I'm saying? Whether or not it's the full story, at least that's proof that we did investigating and here's a theory.
Okay, unless anyone objects, Rinaldo can gather them up and put them in his satchel.
No, that's fine.
All right, I'm just gonna write glass stuff in my equipment list. Okay,
let's all try to open the hand, and if shit goes sideways, Rinaldo rides Jayne and I ride Marshmallow, and we're very fast now.
Okay.
The whole squad is max speed.
Okay, I get +3 to strength.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
Okay. Alright, so I have +3 plus my other 3, so +6 to strength. I'm gonna try to open this thing up. Nope! Another classic bad roll. It's a 13, ladies and gentlemen. That means even with a lot of help, it's not his best.
Okay. With a barely present sheen of sweat upon his brow, Rinaldo loosens up his coat a little bit, hands astride, and says, "Stand back, everyone. Rinaldo's got this." He steps up to the fist, and then just muscles rippling, seething with power, straining the very limits of what limited breath he actually has at the moment. Rinaldo heaves and wrenches and just, you can see the seams on his pants and shirt strain as they try to contain this raw, demonstration of masculinity, but the fist remains closed.
How is our breath situation? We're like slowly asphyxiating.
No, you're feeling like you feel okay. It's just that it's more effortful to breathe.
Oh, I was gonna say, Rinaldo gets really angry and starts smashing at the hand with his Morningstars.
Okay, well that's probably gonna wake it up. Can I?
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. This is not a good idea, but it's something that Rinaldo would do.
I was like, can I medicine check to maybe see how I feel about what's going on with our breathing?
Yeah, sure.
Because I have super good medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I failed. I failed real bad. I got an 8.
Why is everybody failing?
Anne looks around and says for a second, "The breathing is weird."
All right.
I like to think Marshmallow nods in agreement.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Marshmallow's like, "That's right."
Oh my god, that's Marshmallow's voice.
Can I roll to hit the hand? Because Rinaldo lost his shit. Like,
Let's all just wail on it. If we're going in, we're going in, right?
All right, Rinaldo's gonna roll. That's gotta be a hit. That's a 21.
I got a 20. Maces and Morningstars for days.
Should I roll for damage, or am I just what?
You know, go right ahead.
All right, I'm rolling for damage.
We've committed to it.
Yeah, 7. Yeah,
1.
I get dual, so I'm doing it a second time. I have dual wielding, so I'm doing this. So I've hit it for 7 damage, and let me see if I can hit it again. Yes! Oh my god, I'm getting good rolls for something that's probably gonna be bad. It's terrible. Alright, that's a 23, so I'm rolling for damage again. And a 5. Okay, so I've done 12 damage, and did 1.
All right.
I wailed on this thing.
So Rinaldo has what could more or less be described as a temper tantrum.
Oh yeah.
And starts to wail on the hand with his Morningstars. And Anne, impressionable as she is, kind of gets caught up in the moment and starts whacking at it with her mace as well. Nothing seems to happen for a brief moment.
Okay.
Oh no. That's the worst kind of moment.
I friggin' hate it when he says that, because then I'm like, oh shit.
And then the ground begins to shake.
Are we gonna die?
Oops.
Like all of us at once?
Within a couple seconds of the ground starting to shake, the pathway that the rusty mud leads out to has a rock fall and is blocked off.
Oh man, we picked a path again.
Do we want to? All right. Rinaldo looks at Jayne because he's like he's sort of out of ideas. His best ideas were to smash things.
Okay, so I'm gonna step right up right now, and I'm gonna look at all of y'all, and I'm gonna be like, get behind me right now.
Get behind thee, Satan. How far are we going?
I want you to go as far as you can away from me.
Rinaldo okay, oh never mind, you're on a mount, so Rinaldo just walks. I mean jogs away.
Yeah. No, Marshmallow is faster than like you two combined.
As I back up, I am going to cast Thunderwave, and I am going to say Flaafy at the top of my lungs, as loud and as possible as I can. Well, do I have to roll for that, or is that just like I just cast the damn thing? I don't know.
It would need to make a saving throw, but is it animate? Because if it's not,
it wouldn't matter.
It'd be considered like incapacitated and auto fail.
That's why I'm asking, because I'm like, I don't know if this thing is technically completely sentient yet.
It would be an auto fail on the saving throw.
Okay.
Also, it's a construct, and they take like double damage from thunder magic because it's basically sound based, and you're hitting like basically you're shattering it.
Okay.
Oh, Austin.
Johnny, I am going to cast it.
All right. So she casts Thunderwave.
Flaafy!
You get a little bit of a lightning show, right? She screams Flaafy, hits the hand, dust, rocks, there's, like all kinds of debris just goes like flying out of the hole. Creates a huge cloud. Obscures your vision, and like you're having trouble breathing enough as it is already, right, you guys? So you can't see much. There's dust in your eyes, coughing, and a minute or two subsides. The shaking has stopped, but there's still a low rumble in the air. And after the rock exploding, your ears are ringing a little bit. But when the dust settles, Jayne is nowhere to be seen.
Oops.
Oh, great.
Is the hand still there?
The hand is still there.
Shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Rinaldo looks for Jayne. That's exactly what he does.
Yeah, I guess we run down the path to see where she went. I guess survival check to track where she went. Drag
All right.
marks, footprints, anything like that. 17.
How do I have +2s to survival? Is that like a...
Because sometimes it's wisdom based.
What are you doing?
Disregard those rolls. I fucked up real bad. I keep hitting the wrong button. Fine, whatever.
Alright, this is my survival roll. 15.
And Marshmallow is going to try to smell her. Advantage. 9.
So, considering that there's only, at this point in time, you've closed down, or the other path out of the chamber was closed down by a rock slide, you're both pretty sure that if Jayne left on foot, that there's only one way that she could have gone. And you move your way through, following the footmarks, and then disappear.
Oh no, portal. Damn you, GLaDOS, you bitch.
Although, Marshmallow looks a little confused.
Wait, he didn't come with?
No, Marshmallow's with you.
Oh.
It's just like your ability to track the footprints, disappear. You can't see them. Marshmallow looks a little agitated, though.
I was very concerned for a moment there.
I want to say that Rinaldo is also confused, because this is very much out of his element. So I want to believe that he, cocks his left eyebrow so high right now. And that's what he looks like.
Alright, so you want to narrate where we are currently? Are we in the Phantom Zone?
No, you're still in the tunnels of the quarry.
Are we in the Shadow Realm? That's a Yu-Gi-Oh joke.
That was terrible, terrible joke.
For all my Yu-Gi-Oh bros out there. Or sorry, Yu-Gi bros.
It's great. That's wonderful.
Leon is not amused.
No, Rinaldo genuinely doesn't know what's going on. As soon as ever since he started seeing the hand and all that magic shit around him, he just doesn't understand what's happening. He's not dumb, he just doesn't get magic at all. That's why his answer was to just start smashing it. So he looks at Anne and says, "What is happening?"
You recognize it as the quarry.
Okay.
Like a part that we could navigate from?
It looks familiar to you, but then many of the tunnels do.
Oh, God.
Okay, but Jayne is not with us.
No.
Do you want to give Jayne some perspective here, or do you not want to ruin the mystery of where Jayne has gone?
We are not ruining the mystery where Jayne is
Okay,
gone.
so I'm going to make mine and Marshmallow's survival checks to try to track Jayne.
All right.
7, not going to do it. And then with advantage, 10. 7 and 10, not my best rolls.
You got nothing.
All right, then Rinaldo does a check as well, because I apparently get +2 to that, which is weird. So maybe it will go well. Nope, it does not. 10.
Oh well, we liked Jayne.
All right, Rinaldo does this. Rinaldo has an idea. He says, if we always hug the wall to the right, we'll never get lost in a maze.
This is not a hedge maze.
Yeah, but maybe it kind of is. That's my only idea.
Oh man,
So-
we are gonna
so-
get fucking lost.
So Rinaldo's gonna try doing that, because that's what he thinks is a good idea. Instead of just shouting for Jayne, which would have been a better idea.
Oh, I can use thaumaturgy to yell Jayne real loud.
Yeah, Rinaldo didn't think of that, so we'll just assume you thought of that.
Are we gonna use? Are we worried about cave-ins or just let it fly?
Rinaldo doesn't know what you're thinking.
Well, I'm not friggin' there, so whatever.
Rinaldo's hugging the right wall and keeps moving.
Also, thinking is not Anne's strong suit.
That is also true.
So yeah, thaumaturgy, and then she yells supernaturally loud, Jayne!
That is one hell of an echo.
Do I hear it? Or am I, not there at all?
Shh.
We'll talk about you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
Good job, Rinaldo. You killed me. Good job.
this was so not me. Rinaldo, kind of puts both fingers in his ears because he cannot stand it, and then he shoots Anne a look like, no! and then he goes and he starts doing his thing again. And he's just going forward and trying to be near the right wall.
Anne?
Yeah, I'll just follow him if it looks like he knows where he's going.
All right. It looks like he knows where he's going. But it isn't long, probably maybe about 15 minutes before you're sure that you've seen this series of tunnels before.
Oh man, this eats just a bunch of ass. This is real bad.
Okay.
Can we try to go back the way we came, teleportation-wise, like to the area where we popped into existence here, and see if it is a two-way thing?
You can do whatever you want.
Well, we do that.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. We don't do that. You do that. Rinaldo stands there and watches.
Okay. Well, I'm saying when we were like, oh, we've been here, Anne tries to teleport back by going to the area she thinks we came from.
Rinaldo allows Anne to be the guinea pig and just kind of like folds his arm, and then he realizes that, oh, this might kill Anne, and then he runs after her.
Okay. So, it's not long before you put together a couple of, landmarkish symbols and familiar-looking torches and things like that, and find yourself back at a chamber that looks suspiciously familiar, chiefly because there's a large stone fist jutting out of the wall.
Hey, look, it's Fisty! Or is it Fisto? I don't remember.
Fisty?
Okay, it's Fisty now.
Vaguely fucking sexual is what that sounds like.
Anne doesn't know any better.
It's Kit Fisto. Okay,
I hate you.
Rinaldo just kind of like this is what Rinaldo does because he's so confused and lost. He like starts like spinning around like sort of like in an agitated way. He's like, "Where are we? What's going on?"
I can't believe Jayne got fisted. This is the worst.
Get fisted. There's your title.
I can't put that on Channel Awesome.
Oh man,
Rinaldo doesn't know what to do. He's like literally, he's really, really confused.
I don't know.
He says, Anne, can you, does your cleric powers, can you detect Jayne? Do you have telepathy? Do you have any way to contact Jayne with your magic hoodoo?
No, I can set the hand on fire. Would that help?
I couldn't even lift it, and Rinaldo gets mad and he starts trying to pry it open again because it's all he can think to do.
Anne uses sacred flame on the hand.
Yes! Oh my god! I did it! I get a critical hit on the hand to try to pull it open this time. I got a 20 plus 3.
All right.
I did 8 damage of radiant to it while Leon becomes Hercule.
Oh my god, they're semi-competent.
Okay. Rinaldo puts his previous effort to shame. Like, if you thought you saw a rippling, sweaty body beforehand, oh man, this is art, is what this is. Unfortunately, while you're attempting to open the hand, it lights on fire. And you suffer some small burns.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't use it on him, obviously.
I feel like
No,
you
just the
would.
rock gets hot.
Oh.
Wait, do I still get it open, or am I just, or what?
Oh god, no.
Oh, god damn it.
That fist is going nowhere.
Oh, okay. So even if I crit it, I still can't open it.
It's way above your level, dude. That's what he's...
Okay. Alright, well, still, again, I get a great roll, and it does nothing. That's what we were talking about when you were gone, Johnny. I've been getting great rolls this game, this hour, and, none of them have done anything.
Yeah.
I'm cursed.
I know. Frustrating, isn't it?
It really is. Rinaldo has tried nothing, and he's all out of ideas. So that is what his conclusion is. So he kind of like leans against the wall, and he puts like his thumb and his index finger to his eyes as they're closed, and he's just kind of like shaking because he's really mad that he is all of his ideas, including smashing, have not worked.
Have we done any visible damage to it, like wailing on it with maces and Morningstars, and I hit it with fire? Is it like chipped or cracked or anything?
Not really, no.
Okay.
It's looking like you're just hitting the earth.
All right,
Okay.
this is an invisible wall in game terms. Nothing going on.
You do remember, Austin, that there was a strong sense of abjuration.
Yeah, but I can't dispel magic.
No, you can't. It's just that when you think about abjuration...
There's a force field around the hand.
Or hold on, let's make Arcana checks to see if we can figure out maybe anything else about the force field or the hand. What's going on with it magically, to maybe if there's another way to disable it.
It would be a small miracle if Rinaldo knew anything about this magic, but I will make the roll anyway. 10.
11.
No. I mean, you're sure that this is not just a regular. I like how I'm going to phrase this. You're sure that this is not a regular stone hand, but you're not completely positive that it belongs to what you think it belongs to.
Yeah, it's Johnny's being purposefully vague because we're supposed to figure it out. So Ronaldo doesn't have any more ideas, so he starts walking out of the hole, and he says, "We need help because I can't do this." And he looks like he's almost in tears. And he starts sort of marching in a really childish kind of the way kids when they get mad they start stomping their feet a little too hard, in a really dramatic way. That's what he's doing on his way out of the hole.
When you say out of the hole, you just mean back towards the surface?
Yeah.
Anne?
I mean, yeah, Anne would follow Rinaldo wherever he goes with purpose, so I follow.
Okay. Returning to the spine of the quarry, you learn that night has fallen. On your way up the slope, you see Fidrick walking towards you down the walkways with a strained expression on his face. Once he gets close enough and far enough away from anyone else, he whispers to you, "You are in trouble, and we have to go now." He clutches at something inside his coat and motions for you to follow him out of the quarry.
I do.
Once you get out to the gates and past the guards...
And says, "You're not going to ask about Marshmallow?"
No.
Got stonewalled on that. Okay.
Fair enough.
Once you get out the gates to the quarry and past the guards, on a secluded part of the street, Fidrick spins on a dime and with a very angry expression in his face says, "The Lord is completely furious and inconsolable. He received a missive this evening telling him that his son has been kidnapped, and 3 cutthroat freelancers named Anne, Jayne, and Rinaldo are holding him for ransom. The whole city has been closed down. Nobody's coming in nor out until his son has been found and the perpetrators have been put to justice. Now, tell me that you haven't been lying to me all along."
We do not have Ulick. We do not have anyone. And then Ronaldo, in sort of a way that's really dismissive, empties his pockets and says he's not here. So, and then he says, "We're missing someone too now, okay? Jayne is gone. She went into an ethereal realm that I don't understand. There's a giant hand, and I don't know what to do. And we don't have Ulick."
"We'll see about that," he says.
Are you kidding me?
And several guards all step out.
Guess what? I'm real fast.
Is Anne genuinely leaving?
Hold on. You dumped out your pockets in the street?
No, I'm making a joke. He looks at his pockets and he says he's not here.
Anne says, "Rinaldo, throw me the knife."
Okay. Rinaldo throws the strange dagger that's on my equipment list.
Anne catches it and takes off. She goes 50 feet every 6 seconds, more than twice of what anyone around here even has, and Anne just fucking books it.
Okay.
Not even, she doesn't know what direction to go in. She has no sense of that, so she's just gonna start running.
I remove it from my equipment list. Ronaldo looks for 5 seconds, he looks kind of mad that Anne took off, but then he realized that's probably for the best. And Ronaldo, then Ronaldo's sort of reaches for his 2 Morningstars. How many guys are around me right now?
About 7.
7.
I swear to God, if you say you could take them.
Then he sort of backs down and says, "I'll back down because I want to." And that's all he says.
Oh man. So do you want to give Frederick a badass closing line? Because shit just got bad.
Yeah, by the way, remember in the beginning when we said never break up the party? We're all alone.
Yeah.
All three of us are in different places. It's that part in Final Fantasy VI where the entire party splits up and you have to choose one of the three to start. So that's what Rinaldo does, and that's what Anne does. I don't know if we're going to Jayne now.
We're in the world of ruin in Final Fantasy VI terms.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's that too.
That giant fist was Kefka the whole time.
God damn it.
Johnny, what happens?
Nothing. That's the end of this week's session.
You don't even want to give someone a cool, like, you're busted.
No, I just want to let it hang in the air. I just want to breathe that in.
Next time on Dice Funk.
Okay, Anne, with a roll of 12, you come to the conclusion that postmodernism offers a more disruptive voice in the artwork that's been presented to you, such as non-linear discursive disruptions that essentially give you the impression that what you've been presented with doesn't necessarily follow a strict space-time emotional weight that most of modern society subscribes to.
Did you have a stroke?
Yeah, pretty much.
Considering that I've probably dropped off the face of the earth, I guess it's time for season 2, huh, guys?
Rinaldo, I can't believe you sold out Silas. You know what they say. Snitches get stitches.
Fidrick, this cavity search was completely unnecessary, but entirely welcome.
As always, our theme song is A Fistful of Nickels, the overclocked remix arrangement of Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Executive producers for Dice Funk for the month of January 2016 are Joseph Timbrello, Wayne Witzke, Brent, Jason, Phoenix Mod, Ingmar Gremmen, Jade, Kevin Seidlow, Tarka, The Cult of Gorfanax, Jacques Lindsay, Jorit, Michael Goodell, Giorgio Renna, Christopher Charlo, Cody Jackson, August Rue, and Taylor Hoyt. You can support the show by commenting on Channel Awesome, subscribing to us on YouTube, rating us on Podbean, or writing a review on iTunes, or any combination of those things. To help more directly, you could always pledge to our Patreons. You can find Leon at patreon.com/renegadecut. You can find Jess at patreon.com/ravenalegria13, and you can find me at patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. If you want to support Johnny, send a mixtape of your hottest raps to 123 Moose Knuckle Avenue, West Canada.